What's going on, guys? You have reached Zach Baby TV, coming at you live with a special update that I found out just the other night. The Goosebumps sequel, as everybody was thinking, it was going to be coming out really late because the director was going down a different path. And I was kind of bummed out when I heard about that. And I was like, man. But I was on Facebook, just bored the other night, comicbook.com or something like that. It's one of those things on Facebook. And they announced a date, and it's a lot freaking sooner than you expected. Not 2019, not 2020. I am telling you right now, 2018, January 28th. It is on like Donkey Kong, baby. Hell yeah, I'm freaking ready for this shit. Soon as I figured that out, I hit up my main man, the Goosebumps #1 Aussie fan. You all know who he is. If you haven't, check him out. He was thrilled about the news. He even tagged some of his friends and let them know about it, but it is on next year, 12 months away, plus a little change because we're in January right now of 2017. I'm telling you, next year is right around the corner. It's gonna go by fast, just like last year went by fast. 2016 is freaking gone. It went by so fast, it's not even funny. And I'm hoping that 2017 does the same thing because I am ready, because there's some things about the first movie I did not care for. Yes, the 28th of January, unless it changes now. Sometimes if they run into any type of technical issues or cast issues, or if they want to switch up things in the plot storyline, it could be extended, but we really are, you know, fingers crossed that it's not going to happen, that they're going to stick with that date. I know it's only a year, and there's a lot to do with that year to get it ready and, you know, ready to rock and edited and production and everything going, you know, trailers, merchandise, promotion, marketing. Please do that. Oh. Hello? Yes, this is Zach Baby TV. Who's this? Yeah, I'm telling you, I just heard the news too about Goosebumps sequel. I'm telling you, January 28th. That's right. Don't bother me right now. I'm working here. Got a question from Morgan Minion online. He asked me, in the sequel, do you think there will be a Terror Tower ride of some sort? I honestly don't know, and the reason why I'm saying that I don't know to that is because there was a lot of things that they didn't do great, in my opinion, like the Abominable Snowman of Pasadena. Now, we're going back to part 1 now. You know, we already talked about the release date, but as far as part 1 is concerned, I love the movie because I love Goosebumps, obviously. Jack Black, I think he's a great guy. He's funny as hell. But the thing with me is that my generation grew up with Goosebumps when it first came out. I'm talking about prior 1996. I'm talking about 93, 92, 94, before everything was pumping, when it was just books and like minor merchandise. So when I saw that movie, I was kind of disappointed that they made it into like a super comedy adventure Nickelodeon type of crap, you know what I mean? It's supposed to be spooky, it's supposed to be scary. Even though the TV episodes weren't that scary, there's some that are questionable, but it's supposed to give you goosebumps, period! So, I didn't like the fact that they switched it like that for the movie. The Abominable Snowman of Pasadena, I don't think was the best choice. Slappy was awesome. He did his role perfect. I think as far as the monsters, even though you didn't really see too many, maybe in the distance, you know, for like a split second, there were a lot of villains and monsters from the newer series stuff that a lot of people don't really know about, because the generation that grew up with Goosebumps grew up with the original series 1 through 62, and I didn't really see too much from it. I did see the Executioner in the movie from A Night in Terror Tower. Honestly, I only remember seeing the Haunted Mask, and that was a big mistake for them to make, because you have to have the Haunted Mask in your Goosebumps movie, period. They advertised it when they were promoting the movie. I didn't see it in the movie though. And I didn't really care for the new mask design either, to be honest with you. I think the Carly Beth version was way more frickin' scary looking than that one that they promoted for the movie for the Haunted Mask. So that should have got more airplay. The Haunted Mask should have definitely been in the movie a lot. People keep bugging me, I'm telling you. News is viral. They should have brought out more villains and monsters from the original series of 1 through 62, because the generation, like I said, that grew up with this, grew up with that series. And that series was the most popular and probably will always be the most popular series out of all the series of Goosebumps. They need to focus more on those villains and monsters. Of course, I want the Masked Mutant in it. Duh. Frickin' duh. But I'm talking about Curly. Okay, he doesn't have a book, but he's on a lot of frickin' covers of books. He was like the mascot for this shit. They need to bring Curly into it, even if it's for 5 seconds, or even at the end of the movie. I don't care. Curly needs to be in it. The Haunted Mask needs to be in it. The Masked Mutant needs to be in it. They don't need to bring the Praying Mantis back, because the Praying Mantis isn't even supposed to be that frickin' big anyways. They need to bring Monster Blood. Now, I don't even really like Monster Blood, to be honest with you, but it's important to the original series. A lot of merchandise and a lot of marketing was put out for Monster Blood. That needed to be in the movie. They did have the lawn gnomes in the original Goosebumps movie, but I didn't like the way they made them. It was all super computer animated, goofy little tinker toys hopping around. Now, the TV episode did more justice as far as creepiness and realistic, reality looking gnomes. They need to bring them back, but bring them back like the way they did it in the TV show, not like they did in the first movie. Werewolf skin. Werewolf of Fever Swamp, which they kind of did in the grocery store in the movie. They did a good job on that, but I think if they kind of mixed him in somewhere in the woods or something, I think it'd be a little more spooky. The Barking Ghost. The Scarecrow Walks at Midnight. The Horrors from Horrorland. Also Attack of the Jack-O-Lanterns. I mean, that was a great book and a great episode on Fox Kids. There's so many, honestly. I didn't even recognize a lot of those monsters because I haven't read the Series 2000. I've read parts of a couple books. The Give Yourself Goosebumps with the different endings, I have read a couple of those. Those were cool. And I haven't really got into the Horrorland edition terribly yet, because let's face it, there's a lot of frickin' books to read. So, I mean, I'll get around to it. They need to make it less comedy and more realistic, grimy, spooky, PG-13. It is meant for kids at the end of the day. But they don't need to make it like a Disney movie. They don't. I mean, it's not needed because the TV show outdoes the first movie. I mean, it's just nice to see it after 20 years. You know, to finally get a big screen movie of Goosebumps, which was deserved a very long time ago. So I am really freaking thrilled. I hope they bring Horrorland into it, which rumors are talking about it, and I've heard some people's stuff on YouTube about it, that it's going to be Horrorland themed, or it could be. That would be awesome, because it would have been nice with the whole carnival thing in the forest with the first movie if they would at least had the sign of Welcome to Horrorland in the background somewhere, just as, you know, a reference to that book from the original series. They missed out on a lot of things with that movie to me. Did I like it? Of course. Would I give it an A? No. Would I give it a B? Maybe a B minus. But it's more looking like a C to me. If I was gonna say, okay, I just went to go see the movie to see it, not being a Goosebumps collector, or didn't grow up with it, but just to judge it based off the movie itself, I'd probably give it a C plus, B minus. Maybe they need to really get people involved with the production that actually grew up with Goosebumps, that are in their mid-20s to early 30s, because that's the age group of the people that really were die-hard Goosebumps fans growing up, because it was marketed everywhere. All the stores, all the bookstores had it. Costco was just tables and tables full, stacks of books, you know, 3-4 feet high. I mean, it was everywhere. Commercials, Party City, Toys R Us. I mean, it was everywhere. Goosebumps was everywhere. Now, where do you find it? Nowhere. The only place you could find it is Barnes & Noble's, and they have one shelf, and it's only the new prints and the newer books. You can't find any of the older stuff anywhere. You don't see any of the merchandise anywhere. The only place you could get the really good stuff is online. Or at a garage sale if you get lucky, or a thrift shop. I don't really get any luck on thrift shops out here. I'm just thrilled. They're gonna make a sequel. I hope they do it correctly. I hope they put more of the original monsters and villains into it from the original series. They want to mix in, you know, some stuff from Series 2000 or some of the stuff from the Give Yourself Goosebumps. That's cool. But really focus on the main ones. Get Carly Beth, get the Haunted Mask in there, get the Masked Mutant in there, get Curly in there, get more Slappy, get the originals, you know what I mean? I mean, that's just my opinion. I'm not saying I disliked it. I really enjoyed the movie. I've watched it several times. I have it saved on Netflix. I haven't bought it because it's on Netflix. If they ever take it off Netflix, I'm gonna buy it. So, but if I got it for free now, why am I gonna go buy it? I am very excited about this. I have a feeling they're gonna outdo the first one, because I think they've gotten a lot of feedback, because they put that first movie together fairly quickly, And I think they got a lot of positive feedback, and I think they got a lot of negative feedback. So I think what they're going to do is they're going to put their heads together and make this sequel amazing. I have a feeling it's going to outdo the first one by far. So that is the goal, obviously, to outdo the first one, make it amazing, give me the haunted mask, give me the masked mutant, give me Curly, and more Slappy, of course. Do it right, make it spooky, don't make it an adventure comedy. I know Jack Black is funny. Do it right, please. Sony, do it correctly. And that is my thoughts and opinions on this. I can't wait. I'm gonna mark it on the old calendar. I probably won't because 2018 calendar is not available yet. It's time for a Pepsi break. Anyways, that pretty much wraps it up. Sequel's coming next year in January. Get ready. Keep it in the memory bank. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna outdo the first one. Jack Black is gonna be fantastic once again. Gonna be awesome. And I can't wait for it. I'm just so jazzed. I had to let you guys know about it. I'm sure you're gonna see a lot of other videos about it, but I had to throw my 2 cents in. I also wanted to go over the original movie and talk about things I didn't like. What I did love is I thought the acting was awesome. I have no disagreements with the cast that they picked. I was skeptical about Jack Black at first, but he really did a good job. It was good. I liked it. I think the whole, kind of small town feel in the woods with the carnival thing was cool. I really liked how the books were magical and that's how they became alive with the whole magical typewriter thing, which kind of reminds me of How to Kill a Monster, but it's really in him. I'm really jazzed about this. I really can't wait for this to come out. You guys have a great day. Comment below, and we'll see you later.